Welcome back to Valley Boys TCG, CK here, and we've got some more Creepymon play from our Best of One casuals here at Myth Adventures in McAllen, Texas. So we are up against a Megidramon deck. I know it doesn't sound very casual, so I just mentioned it's a casuals, but you know what? It's good gameplay, good practice. So we start off with the Impmon in the back that'll let us mill next turn, and a Wisdom Training. Solid start. Essentially kind of what you want to do with most stack decks is get your Rookie and Training as your turn one. And so we see Megidramon, we go Geo X into Growl. He is building that stack pretty fast and then goes into War Growl already here in Raising. So we are staring at a scary start there. He can just come up and start swinging. So we mill the top two. Unfortunately, we mill a Scramble and a Memory Boost. So not the best mills there. We kind of want those in hand. We go ahead, we go into the Devi, and it'll let us both mill. Let's see if we can get some better mills. And no, we mill our top end. So terrible mills to start off the match for us. We see the War Growl X on their side, and I think it looks like a Guilmon. So not the best mill start. We would have liked something a little more ideal, especially going against such a strong deck, but that's fine. We're gonna keep going. We know we're at risk of getting popped next turn, but we go ahead, we go into the Skull Seda, which will let us mill again, and wouldn't you know it, we get the memory off the mill from the Deathslinger and Guilmon's, Skull Sedamon's effect itself, but we mill another Creepymon, so that's not the best. We get to keep turn, but that's about all we can do because we milled the Creepymon we wanted to draw. So we're just gonna go ahead and wing it, swing in, get another mill off, and we do die to the, now we do not have enough. We needed, I believe, 10 in trash to be able to get the boost, so we do not have enough to survive the check. We trade at 7-7, and now we're just kind of stuck. I think we're contemplating just dropping something here, leaving something on board. Yeah, we're trying to keep our trash lined up so we can keep track of the numbers. We have hit 11 already, but we are at least two ahead of them, so we just passed turn. There's not a good play to do here. There's nothing on the board to respond to. There's no purple source for us to play Calling from Darkness, which would be great. I believe next turn, I think the play is to start off by Hatch the Egg and Calling from Darkness. Now, it looks like he's missing his top end, so he drops the Searcher, and the Searcher whiffs. He cannot pick anything, and that will be the last we see of GeoX, because we see GeoX and Raising, GeoX on board, and it revealed too, so we don't have to worry about seeing any more GeoX this game, essentially. Although we are a mill, so we may eventually get him that far in, and then he just goes to Growl. So good news for us. He's kind of stalled out there, and he's not putting much pressure, so we're going to go ahead and try to rebuild. So we see the training here. And so many decisions to make, just Impmons. And I think the best thing to do is Calling from Darkness for the one choke. Yep, and then we can get back the top end pieces that we need. We obviously need a Creepy for sure. And then it looks like we have Skull Sedas in hand, so we probably need a level 4. So, we take just the top end. So we see the Blast Mode and the Creepy. Okay, not bad. That means we should have the 4 and 5 in hand, and we have 2 trainings in hand, so we should be able to climb up for free, essentially, and do some real damage or some real disruption next turn with Creepymon. So sitting good, we gave him the one choke, and it looks like they're missing their top end pieces, so that's a good sign for us. Here comes the Growl X, the one that dodged the ban list somehow. Like I said, it is a casuals match, so we're, not too much pressure. Although seeing up against a Guilmon based deck, it does feel a little more competitive, but luckily for us, they haven't found all their pieces, so there's not too much pressure yet. If anything, we're ahead right now just for that one chip. And then we see the Digimon I designed for the return one choke. All right, so it's okay because we can push out. Now, Devimon, we'll check if they have 10 or fewer, we mill 2. If they have at least 10, then we'll gain the memory. So we should see first mill 2 more. Now they should be at 10 and we'll gain the memory. Now, milling those 2 Soulmon actually hurt because Soulmon is one of my favorite Digimon to go into here, but that's fine because thanks to Creepymon's one attacking effect, we'll be able to get one back in the breeding area, hopefully. Oh, and then, yeah, we get our little card stand there. He asks about it, and I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. I brought it out, and I forgot to set it up. So this will make it easier. So we're gonna go ahead and go into the Devimon. Now Devimon, again, if they have less than 10, we'll mill 2. Since they have more than 10, we actually get to return something. And we just go ahead and get another Creepymon because we definitely want those in hand. And we're just reorganizing our trash to make it easier to find. But we pull the Creepymon because it has the Fallen Angel trait. And then we should just go up the line here. I think that's the play. We don't necessarily have to use the training here because if we have the BT14 Skull Seda, we can do this for 2 memory. But we go ahead and go to the new Skull Seda, which his effect is actually going to be to mill 3. If they have more than 10, we'll be able to pop something that is a 3 cost, but if they have more than 10 in the trash, it goes up to a 5 cost. So we're doing this so that we can go ahead and clear board and guarantee the mill, because we're going for the mill strat here. I know probably not the best play because essentially we're just feeding the Megidramon deck, we're just feeding the Guilmon engine. They like to have certain things in trash, so he does get to play something out, unfortunately, so we don't get the full clear that we want. I guess War Growlix is his only target. Yeah. We see that he does have the Oryukin Ace in there, so that can be scary. And then we're just going to go ahead, go into the Creepy. We won't get the mill like we want, but we'll get the pop. We'll deal with Gio's recursion here by popping the Gio. Then end of turn, we should be able to swing for 2 checks here. So we're going to put some real pressure. So triggering the effects, we'll mill again from Devi and Demi-Devi. And then, did we trigger the egg already I don't think we've triggered the egg to draw one. And then, so hit Creepymon's when attacking, we'll get to play purple and raising. Of course, we're gonna pull back Soulmon because Soulmon enables the 1 cost Evo into Skull Seda, which will come out and give some more pressure. Hitting the X antibody to give him some more memory. And then second check, we're kind of hoping to die to the check, and we do not. That's totally fine. If he pops us next turn, we'll counter pop and get some things going. So we're sitting pretty good. We've put up a lot of pressure. Haven't milled as much as we thought we would. And then we're just letting him, he is a bit unaware of what Creepymon does. And Creepymon does have a lot of things going for it. Apocalypse was my favorite thing going into this EX10 set. I was really excited to play a Dark Masters build, but now since I've been testing Creepymon and I know Creepy with the Geo engine is probably the best way to play it, but Tribal works just fine for me. I like the Creepymon line. I love the BT8 Soulmon into the BT14 Skull Sedamon to be a 1 cost or even free Evo. And he just does so much. And here we see the Megidramon come down when swinging, Digivolve, and he's gonna do all the things, which actually is gonna be kind of funny because the whole recursion to bring something back on board, his effects, turn player effects go off first. So when he pops my Creepymon, my effect to delete something on their side with the lowest play cost will be pending until their effects finish. So he gets the 2 checks in. Then everybody goes bye-bye. He goes nuclear, pops the board. We leave Creepymon there just to... Oh, it's a burn 1, which unfortunate. That would have been a great check, Jack Ray, to reduce some of that memory. So he's just following the form or the flow of effects, what he's going to play out. And so, yeah, I leave Creepy on board just to remember that his on deletion, his 1 Digivolving and on deletion effect are pending. So he's going to get Gio, and all his turn player effects will go off. So Gio's search will go off. I believe he already used the egg. Or maybe he didn't. Maybe he left it out because he didn't use the egg. I did not see if he pulled anything back from the Digimon egg. Is it Digimon? Gigimon? I'm not sure. So I think he realized he hadn't pulled something out. So he goes ahead and pulls the War Growl, which is fine with me. And then my end of turn will pop that Growl X. And then he just slams the War Growl that he pulls out, which is interesting. That tells me he doesn't have... He had a lot of memory, so I guess the slam isn't the worst thing in the world. Chokes me to 2, but we can, like I said, we can promote out. We scramble into the Skull Seda. Skull Seda will have us both milled 2. And then Soul and Skull Seda will gain. So basically the scramble is free, and the scramble, I'm setting it up now because for Creepymon especially, you want to have scrambles already on board just to make sure that you don't mill yourself out. And yeah, we're going to deal with his board right away. We can swing here, so we're going to go ahead and go into that second Creepymon we pulled. Passing him to 2, Creepymon will pop the War Growl. And then end of turn, Creepymon can attack. We'll play another another Soulmon into the Raising. And then, oh yeah, it's just the 1 check here. So now we are threatening lethal. We've cleared his board. We have a scramble set up to not mill ourselves, and then we can come out next turn, swing Creepy, swing Soul, and that would be game. So we're in a very, very good position here. Yeah, Creepymon being when Digivolving and on deletion effect to just pop the lowest level goes very well into this matchup a bit. Just being able to counter their board clear. Because usually Megidramon, they want to clear board and then bring out a rush body or something else to rebuild with. But us being able to basically clap back and make sure that, hey, we're both clearing boards, or you're not going to get the 1-up on us, is very good. And then once you get Creepy on board and you get that 10 in trash, being able to play a level 4 or was it 5,000 DP or lower into the breeding area is just good to keep the pressure up. He really brings the pressure. And he wanted to concede there, or he was about to concede there. I was like, no, let's just play it out. We never know what's in security. So we want, and plus it's casuals. We want to go through our motions, get practice with our decks. So here we see again the Skull Seda combo, Soulmon to Skull Seda to gain the 2 memory back. So the 1 cost Evo out of Raising, and then the memory gain from the other Soulmon, basically a free Evo there, plus gaining the Rival's Barrage. And then we swing in, play something in Raising. That Devimon will promote up and be able to pull back another Creepymon from trash. So just the recursion is just going to be so fun here. And then we go ahead and just, for the heck of it, Creepymon will pop the body on board and swing. And that is GG's. Creepymon really putting the pressure on this one. We had to keep up. Hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. Hope you guys come back next time.